Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have an interesting video for you guys. We're going to be doing a hands-on with the Apple Vision Pro and cooking in it for the very first time in VR. I've never cooked in VR before, and this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to bring you guys through my journey of using the Apple Vision Pro, what it could do while you're cooking and stuff like that, at least as of today's date, and how I'm using it. It is pretty interesting to do this experiment for the first time, see how it actually works, and take you guys along and see if this is worth doing in VR or not, or on the Apple Vision Pro in general. Just to let you guys know, it was a little bit loud in the beginning of the few minutes of this video because you could still hear me just fine, but there's background noise because there's a video playing because I was showing you guys things and I had the game on behind me, and I only just found out now on the Apple Vision Pro, if you go on the control center, you can actually lower the volume of specific apps. So I can now lower it like half volume, and then you guys will hear me better in future videos. So I found that out after I recorded this whole video. So you could still hear me just fine. But, you know, after the first few minutes, I realized that slider was there. And I know that going forward, that I can kind of manipulate the sound and stuff, which is good to know. But yeah, just so you guys are aware of the first few minutes being loud, it goes away after a few minutes because that video is turned down. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into it.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, check this out. I wanted to show you guys what it's like to cook with the Vision Pro here. I'm doing this for the first time. And look at what is going on. We're literally living in the future right now. We're getting a glimpse of what the future is going to be like. I mean, I'm sitting here in my kitchen. Obviously, I'm about to cook this food. I have HelloFresh here. We're about to cook some spicy chicken and bacon rigatoni, as you guys are looking at here. We got the instructions here ready to go. And I'm doing this with the Vision Pro. We got all of this right here. We got the oven going. We're about to start cooking this, and I'll show you guys how this turns out. But while I'm cooking and while I got all this going on, I have all of this in my living room. I could be cooking right here, watching the Devils game, floating TV. I don't need a TV in this room. Who puts a TV in their kitchen? But now I have a floating TV that looks outstanding, watching it right here while I'm going to be cooking. I can turn around. I can scroll through Twitter, just kind of moving around and stuff. I can scroll through my Instagram if I want to while I'm cooking real quick. If I want to take a look at something, continue cooking, wait for it to cook, turn around, look at the Devils game. It's just crazy. And we're about to see how this works. So you can see pass-through is not that bad in here. I could definitely read this text right here. I do have to put it a little bit close for me to be able to read it. So pass-through is not that bad. I can see everything really clearly. The latency is really low, so you're not going to like cut yourself doing anything. Everything is pretty one-to-one. And we have all this going on. And I can open up more apps if I wanted to, but we got this here right now for the time being. And it says to adjust the rack for 425. We already have that going. Bring a large pot of salted water. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're just going to go ahead, put some salted water in here.
For 4, New Jersey getting that golden man advantage in the opening frame, and you see there the Kraken 0 for 2 right now, but there is still 14 seconds
left. We're going to go ahead and put this to boil. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and add some salt like that thing says to the water. Add some salt. Boom, right there. We got that ready. Then it tells us to add a little bit of oil, and we're about to cook some bacon.
That's why we give you more ways to bet on the
Go ahead and add some oil here.
Bet on a clapper to light the lamp. Root for some wings.
This is what the future looks like, guys. This is how we're going to be cooking here in the future. So get ready on how things are going to be moving. But to be fair, this is really interesting and fun to do. I can still kind of be cooking in here and, you know, watch TV without actually having a TV in my kitchen, because most people don't have a TV in their kitchen. And just turn around and look at any social media or any app I really want to put anywhere. So definitely makes cooking easier when I want to continue watching a Devils game or something. We'll wait for that to heat up a little bit. Now check this out, guys. I can go ahead and create a timer right now. Let's say that I need this to be 6 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I can go ahead and pop out this timer that I just made. And now I have a 6-minute timer sitting on the top of what that needs to be. So you can see I can create a bunch of different timers here as we're going around here. Let's say my next timer for the pot, where we're about to put the pasta in, as it talks about here, it says add the rigatoni, cook 9 to 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and make an 11-minute timer here. Boom. We got an 11-minute timer. We're going to go ahead and save it. We're going to pop this window out. And we're going to put this timer right above here. We're going to pause it because that pot has not started yet. But as soon as we add the rigatoni, we're going to be able to start these timers. So look at this. We're literally living in the future, guys. As you guys are looking at here, move the bacon around a little bit. Get this ready. As that cooks, watching TV, this is how you cook. You got all your timers above, so you're not going to forget what timers for which or anything like that, which is pretty cool. And you can have these timers set everywhere. I can put one above the stove if I had something in the oven right now. But this is super cool stuff. And you'll see this in a minute. So it looks like that water is about to start boiling. We're going to go ahead and take our pasta right here.
He can blast it. And especially when you're looking for
add this in there.
Shoot a little more. We saw him shoot.
Go ahead and start the timer. We know what that's going to be done in 11 minutes.
Remember?
Stirring our pasta here, as you guys are seeing. Get this nice and ready to go. Bacon's about to be done. We can go ahead and put this on a paper towel like the instructions suggest. Let that rest for a little while. So that timer's done. We got that one out of the way as the other one continues here. We're going to go ahead now and cut the zucchini here. And guys, I'm not a cook by any stretch of the imagination, so if I do things incorrectly while I show you guys this video, this is definitely not a cooking video in that sense, because I'm terrible at cooking. So let's go ahead and slice this. Like I said, look how fast I'm moving. I feel like I can trust the pass-through. It's definitely not bad at all. As I go ahead and slice these, everything is really nice and smooth. As I cut this around. So works really easily. I can cut this really easily. Cut these in threes like this. This one looks a little weird too. We're going to go ahead and chuck that out. We got enough here anyway for just one person. Cut this out. Gotta love me some HelloFresh. I love HelloFresh. It gives me something new to eat every single week. That's what I use all the time here to kind of make food. I'm always eating HelloFresh. Getting to pick your meals each week and having things to look forward to is always a kind of a ton of fun. As we're going through here, the zucchini's cut. I mean, look at the meals that I have coming up here. You know, like I said, HelloFresh, not sponsored or anything, but look at that. Presunto wrapped chicken. Excited for all of these. All right, zucchini's there. And what's cool is the spatial audio is really taking effect. Like I hear the spatial audio from behind me, so I know the game is behind me, which is cool. But all right, we got that cut, and then it wants us to thinly slice the onion as well, it looks like. All right, so we're going to take care of this onion really quickly. And cut this. Let's put this over here. And put this over here. Definitely not hard to... I mean, it's hard to peel this because I just suck at cooking. But as far as peeling it through pass-through, I'm not struggling because of pass-through. I'm struggling because I suck. But it's really easy to kind of just do this. This almost all done here. All peeled out. All right. Go ahead and cut this over here. All right, so we got that all cut there, so that's good to go with the onions and that already. All right, so the next thing was to toss that zucchini here on a sheet. So we got that kind of ready to go here. Got this all tossed over here on a sheet. It says toss the zucchini on a baking sheet with a large drizzle of olive oil, half the oregano, salt, and pepper. So let's just go ahead and put these out here. It looks like they gave us some oregano. Is this the oregano? This is a little hard to see, but yep, oregano. All right. It says to use half of it if you're using a two-person serving, which is what this is. It'd be great if this wasn't stuck. And then it says to put some salt and pepper. Got some salt and pepper here. So we're good with that. That is ready to go. That timer is up. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. We're going to go ahead and turn this off and let that sit there for a minute while we finish this up. So here it says, let's see, roast on the top rack until golden brown for 14 to 16 minutes. So we're just going to add the little bit of olive oil that it was talking about on the top of this. There we go. Just a little bit. We got that ready to go. Now we're going to put this on top. Got that ready. We're going to go ahead and bring up our timers here because we closed them all out. I actually don't know what the name of the app was because I accidentally installed it just a little while ago and don't remember what the name is. Otherwise, I would know this off the top of my head. Oh, here we go. Rad timer. All right, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and pull up the timers here on the list. Pull up a timer. We're going to go ahead and let's see. What did it say? 14 to 16 minutes. I always do half when it says to do something like that, so I'll do 15 minutes. Go ahead and start that. We can scroll up, hit play, and put that basically right here, so I know it's for the oven sitting at the bottom there, which is really cool. All right, so then we're going to come over here. Looks like we got the chicken. We're going to pat dry this. We're going to put a napkin here, pat dry the chicken that we have going on. All right, so we got the chicken there cooking, so we need to pull up another timer here. As you can see here, you can pop out different timers. That one's the oven. We can go ahead and delete this one because we don't need it. We can go ahead and create another one here. We're going to do this for the chicken, so we will do 4 minutes. And you can scroll down on here and actually name it, so I can name this if you want, which I totally forgot to tell you guys that before. So we got chicken. Did I not actually set the 4 minutes? Hold on. Oh, I accidentally set it to unlimited over there, because you could do unlimited over there. So let's just set that for 4 minutes. I can hit save. It will go back to the main menu. Go ahead and pop this out too. Grab this over here. I got the chicken cooking right here. So, got all of this going here. Got the chicken cooking. Got that timer going there. Got the oven timer going down there so you can name all of them, which is cool. Still watching the game. Got this timer window over here. Got my Twitter that I can scroll through as I'm waiting for things to happen here. Scroll through Instagram. So what I will say, as we've been cooking this, like you guys have seen, is that the pass-through is definitely good enough to be able to cook and stuff like that. As you guys are looking, it's been pretty easy to actually do it. Haven't run into any issues. It's not like I see the chicken right now being blurry or something. When you have good amount of light, the pass-through doesn't look that bad. Again, it still looks like a camera feed. It's not like you're creating miracles here. Not the digital objects. These look clear as all hell, obviously. But, you know, obviously my environment and stuff does look like a camera feed, but it also doesn't look blurry where I can't read things. Like, I can see what that says. I can see that says oil. I can see the clock over there. It says 9:28. I can obviously see, you know, the food very easily. I can cook things and cut things pretty easily. So it's been pretty good for my first time kind of using the Vision Pro to cook. So you can see the timer just went off with that noise there, and you can, which is my 4 minute timer. So it does make a noise when the timer's done. You can either repeat it or you could dismiss it right from here. And we can close this out. I actually accidentally wanted to close it out, but didn't. But now it's closed. And now the oven timer is done, as you can see here. So I can have like millions of timers because it's very easy to see which one is which. So I can just go ahead and close this. We can go ahead and turn off the oven because that is done. While that sits in there for a little while, chicken is now done. Tells us to transfer it to a plate. So we're going to go ahead and transfer this to a plate. Go ahead and transfer this chicken to the actual plate here, like it says. Alright, so we got the chicken there on the plate, so we're on to almost being done here. It says here to return the pan used for chicken to medium heat, which we already have. Add another drizzle of olive oil as we're going on here. Got a little bit of olive oil there, and add the onions. So we're going to go ahead and add the onions here. Tells us to add some garlic powder to it that it came with, so we're going to go ahead and do some of that. Tells us to add a little bit of chili flakes if you want to. I'm not the biggest fan of spicy food, so I won't be adding too much of it. Just a little bit for flavor. But nothing too crazy. That's it for me. Tells us to add some salt and pepper as well. And this game's about to be over, so it looks like Devils are going to win this game 3-1 with 50 seconds left, so that's awesome. So it tells us to cook this for 2 minutes. So again, I'm just going to go ahead really quickly just to keep showing you guys how this works. Add 2 minutes. I'm not going to name it right now just because 2 minutes is a quick timer, so I will just pop it out. Really intuitive though. And hit play. We got that ready to go for 2 minutes, and then it tells us to add the tomato paste, and then it's going to talk about adding the pasta and stuff. So let's go ahead and get that ready. We're going to pull this out. We have to reserve a half a cup of water, I believe. Let's see. Where did it talk about that? Yeah, 1 cup of pasta water. So we're going to go ahead and just grab this. Don't mind the fact that I'm still using a mitten for for Christmas, sorry. We're gonna go ahead and just pour some of this in here. Alright, there's definitely more than a cup in, yep, there's about a cup in there. Then we could drain the rest. Alright, so we got the pasta there done. We got the onions there cooking. This is about to be done as well. As the onions sitting there cooking. We got that going on there. And 28 seconds. It says it's going to add the tomato paste and cook for another 60 seconds, which is really cool that you can just add time to that right there. Because what's going to happen is when that timer runs out here, we're going to add this tomato pasta and or tomato paste, I should say. I think that's good enough. You don't have to wait the full 10 seconds. Go ahead and just add this all in here. There's that noise, so we know one of these are done. And you can go ahead and we could have added time before it actually ended. I should have added it, but we'll just add another 2 minutes and know that after a minute we'll be done here in 30 seconds. We're gonna mix this together, of course. Now this Devils game is obviously over, so I can obviously close this out if I want to. I can either watch another channel, but for example, I can close this out. And of course, we have YouTube apps or Apple TV or whatever you want to watch that you guys are, used to watching. I'm not going to play anything right now because you guys can get the idea, but I can pull up a YouTube video here and also do the same thing now that Devils game is over. And this is also now done, and that is cooked. Add half a cup reserved pasta cooking water. So we're going to add the half a cup. Let's see. So it only wants a half a cup in there. I'm terrible with measurements off the top of my head. I don't know why it makes you put the why would it make you do one if you're only putting in half? Probably because it's for the 4 people thing as well. And then we also need some butter. So let's go ahead and pull out some butter here. Pull this out. Get some butter out. I think it said 2 tablespoons of butter. Yep. Go ahead and pull out this. Add that in there. I just lose the end of this. Pull this all out. Yep, I know that timer's done. Go ahead and add that in there. Bring to simmer. So we're going to go ahead and simmer this and put it to low. And cook stirringly constantly for 3 minutes, or 2 to 3. So we're just going to go ahead and hit, start again for that 2 minutes. And then basically here at the end, we're basically just going to finish stirring this all together, and we're going to add the pasta and the chicken. All right, so we're going to start starting our stuff in. We got the chicken that is going in there, it said. Stir in the zucchini, the chicken. So let's actually get the zucchini out of here. That's been waiting for us. Let's go ahead and stir in the zucchini first. Might as well, since it's already here. Putting some zucchini in there. Let's go. Timer is done, so we know we can move on. Stir this there. Let's coat these first since they're in there first. Since it wants all this stuff coated, it's easier to just coat it as we put it in there. And then we put in the chicken. Let's go ahead and coat the chicken. We can get this timer out of here. We got the chicken there fully coated, and then we're going to add the pasta. We're going to stir this carefully here so we don't end up losing any. And this is coming out really good. So yeah, we got this all ready to go. On the plate here, looking exactly like the picture. We're obviously going to, oh, actually we forgot to add the this thing here at the end. It also said to add the cream here. So got everything mixed together now. Everything is ready to eat. Really excited. We got to just top it with the bacon there here at the end. Top the bowls with bacon after you cut them. Add some Parmesan and we'll be all set. So definitely not a lesson in cooking, but a lesson in what you can do. I'll leave you guys at the end of this video here. Obviously prepare all the food. We just got to put the bacon on top and a little bit of the cheese. And we'll be all set. But I wanted to show you guys how cooking can be done on the Vision Pro, and it actually works really well. Had YouTube and had the devil's game going on here in the kitchen. Had the timers all over me. Had Twitter that I can scroll through, and Instagram, and whatever apps you can think of all around you. And, you know, the pass-through is really good. The low latency makes you be able to use knives and stuff like that without actually being worried. So there's no issue with that. The quality of the screens and stuff makes watching, you know, content and stuff really good. And the timer stuff is really useful. I love this application. And yeah, every time that I want to, you know, obviously I wouldn't put on the Vision Pro just to have timers per se, because obviously I can use my Google thing over there if I wanted to just use timers. But these timers are really convenient when you just have them all over the place when you're cooking different things with different timers. On top of the fact that then you could watch a video right next to you cooking, or even like, you know, put it right above right here. If I was just cooking right here and I just wanted it right in front of me without even looking to the right, I can put it there. But either way, and then I can have anything open that I want. So it makes cooking a lot more fun, and you don't have to miss out on watching a TV show or something if you have to cook at the same time like I was doing with the Devil's Game on. So that kind of wraps this up on what is cooking like on the Vision Pro, at least my version of cooking here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I've never cooked on this channel in my life, so this is an interesting video for me to even do. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it, got an idea of what it's like to cook with the Vision Pro. I think it's actually really good and can definitely be done with good lighting in here. And no issues at all using the pass-through and stuff for something like this if you want to and have all these accessories, being able to do it, especially if you don't have a TV in your kitchen. It's fun. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That's a really interesting video that I put on this channel. Like I said, don't really do cooking or anything like that. Definitely not a great cook or anything like that, but I do enjoy HelloFresh for sure. Makes it fun to cook because you're excited to try new meals and stuff like that. Again, not sponsored, but just fun. And I like them a lot, and it was fun using the Apple Vision Pro. I was surprised on how much I actually liked using it. You know, when there's sometimes where there's a Devil's Games on, like I was showing you before, or there's something on, and I'm like, damn, I gotta cook this meal. I don't want to eat at 10 o'clock at night. And you know, now I can basically, if I was home, put the Apple Vision Pro on, and I don't have to miss, you know, I don't have a TV in the kitchen, obviously, but I can kind of put the Apple Vision Pro on if there's something important I want to watch. And, you know, put that in there and cook while I can see the TV to the side of me, or put it right above me if I want to, right above the oven if I didn't want to look to the right, and just kind of look above, where obviously wherever I want to look. So it is super cool to be able to, you know, watch anything that you want while you're cooking, use those timers that I talked about, and we're just getting started with this stuff. Developers are making apps all the time, so what I showed you today that's useful in cooking, which is like, you know, media watching and using those timers, we'll probably get more apps as the months go on that make cooking even better in VR. And whenever that happens, I'll make a second part to this video. But this is what I found for cooking that was useful for today, showing you guys, you know, how good the pass-through was, that you can actually, you know, with the low latency, cut things without being nervous or anything. I didn't have anything in my head that made me think I'm nervous to cut. The latency is that fast. You know, and using everything worked well. The fact that I can just move windows around with my hands, even if my hands are dirty from chopping or cooking something, not have to worry about touching a screen or touching a remote, is obviously pretty cool. So yeah, I would say experiment was successful, and this is not the last time I will cook in VR. When I have something important to watch that I, you know, can't miss or whatever, or can't pause, and I want to cook at the same time. So it was pretty fun. If you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.